Good evening, or good afternoon, depending on, maybe even good morning, depending on when you're watching the show. Welcome to another segment of Kev Head Tonight. Hi, panel.
Hi, mister.
How many of you know this song? Skyfall, oh the skyfall. Do you know what that's called?
Skyfall.
Skyfall, and what's it from?
James Bond.
The new James Bond film. I can tell already that you are a really bright group. I wanted to introduce our first guest today. Annie Mitchell. Do you know this song, Annie? You fill up my senses like the light of the morning, like the dew fall, like the son of the rain or something. I forget.
I do know the song though.
Well, it's called Annie's Song, and it's by whom?
John Denver.
John Denver. And Annie, I was playing that and singing it really badly for you, but I thought of that song because you're my Annie. And that song is called Annie's Song. Now, John Denver was really famous. He sang Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. And he sang other songs too. And then he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then he died.
later.
Wow.
He died a few years ago.
A year. Okay.
It was kind of a tragic.
It was more than a few years
It was several
ago.
years ago. Well, I just turned 27, so maybe I was, I don't know, in my teens when he died. I forget. Okay. But anyway, Annie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And our next guest is Love Me Tender, Love Me True. Can you guess? Elvis. Elvis. This, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Elvis to the show. And Elvis, you are from, well, Annie's from Riverside. You are from Bosnia Herzegovina.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And can you tell us about the home country?
Oh my God. Anyway, it's great, Mr. McOlgan. Like you've asked many times.
Is that a theme for your country?
No.
Do they have music in Bosnia?
Yes, they do.
Do they have McDonald's?
They actually have one.
One McDonald's?
Yeah.
Do they serve hamburger and fries?
I think.
Anyway, Elvis, welcome to the show.
Thank
you like
you.
my hairstyle today?
It's very groovy.
And next we have a guest that I've wanted on this show ever since I started doing it. Well, at least as long as you've been at RB, which is how many years?
This is the end of my 5th year at
Oh,
RB.
OMG. Do you guys know what that means?
Oh my.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is the end of your 5th year?
Yeah, and I student taught here 8 years ago. It was 8 years ago that I was student teaching here.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who did you student teach with?
Mrs. Gordon and Doc Sanders.
Oh, and Dr. Sanders. Sure, he was our department chair of math
Yeah.
at the time.
Yep.
Wow. Anyway, this is Lindsay Mynaugh. Everybody say
Hello, Miss Mynaugh.
Hello.
good day, good day. It's good to have you our way. It's good to have you here. Isn't it, Annie?
It's just great.
It's just great. Every day we make up songs. So this is your 5th year and you've been you teach math.
Math.
But you're also very involved in other things. Like you lead the
National Honor Society.
NHS, right.
And I'm also a math team coach.
And finally, we have T.L. Catchfields.
Yes, that's, well, close.
T.L. Catchmark. And
TJ.
T.L.
TJ.
TJ
Of course,
Catchmark.
yeah.
And don't go away, because in a little while, you're going to see some real magic from this guy right here. Our very own community wizard. Thank you.
I guess, sure.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to segment 2 of Kev Head Tonight. I am so delighted who we have tonight on our panel. We have TJ Ketchmark.
Yes.
We have Lindsay Mynaugh. We have Elvis.
Yeah.
Love me tender, love me true. Would you sing that for us, Elvis?
Do I have
Or are you different, Elvis, than who I speak of.
Yeah, I'm not Elvis Presley. No, I'm not.
What?
He's saying,
The ratings went down very fast when they found out.
Christmas. Do you know all the? You've heard of Elvis, though.
Yes.
I'm assuming you were named after Elvis Presley. Am I wrong?
Elvis Costello.
Maybe Elvis Costello and
Not either of them.
and okay. Well, anyway, maybe in a little while you can tell us more about the genesis of your name. But but anyway, right here we have Annie Mitchell. Now I've known Annie since she was a wee little girl. My someone, good night. My love, sleep tight.
My someone, sleep tight. My love, our star is shining its brightest light.
So good night, my love for
Good night.
Oh my gosh, we should have done that a little later. Doesn't she have a beautiful
That's
voice?
very good.
Annie
I'm not
made
that good, so.
Annie made All-State Choir, so she's that
Very
good.
impressive.
And she plans to major in music education.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been very close. Annie went to Hauser, RB. She's the band president this year. And Oscar, I wanted to say Oscar. I know you're not Oscar, so I feel really silly right now. Elvis,
Yeah.
tell us where you are from, please.
Does it matter?
Riverside. You are from Riverside.
Yes, I'm from Riverside.
Okay, and you went to Hauser?
Yes.
Now tell everybody out there in TV land, or what I like to call Kev Head land.
Oh, God.
I'd like you to tell them all what you play.
I play the viola in the orchestra.
And how cool is that you play the viola? Does anybody here know the size of the viola? Do you know where it comes in comparison to the others? Lindsay?
Isn't it slightly larger than violin?
Very good. You are so smart. You're not only...
Both my sisters played the viola.
Really? And the viola is kind of the underdog of the orchestra, which is why I really like when people play it, because it's a very important voice. And your sisters both played viola. That's right. It's larger than the violin, slightly. Now you played though in the band, didn't you?
I didn't. I was in choir.
Oh, you were in.
Choir.
You weren't in band.
I was in band for a little while, but I didn't like to practice.
You didn't like to.
You don't need to practice to be in band.
Oh,
Well,
No,
it
but
was
at
when I was in
LT,
like
they
4th or
probably
5th grade, and it was
Yeah.
bad.
What did you play though for a while?
I played the flute for a little
The
while.
flute. Now the flute is a very difficult instrument. People don't realize that. And Annie plays the tuba, viola, and sing. Alto or soprano?
I started as an alto or a soprano and ended up as an alto.
Ended up as an
Things
alto.
went on.
And you went to what school?
I started at Bradley University and I graduated from DePaul.
But what high school did you go to?
I went to Lyons Township High School.
LT. What did they think of RB over there at LT?
It was a lot smaller than LT.
RB, fight on to victory.
I don't know that. I
Loyalty
should
will
probably
guide you. Anyway, so I don't know the LT theme song, but I would sing it for you. But now next segment, I know I said this before, but next segment we're going to hear from our magician, our wizard. But you know, some people out there in Kev Head land
Too corny.
might be wondering, what is in front of you? Well, TJ, you have turquoise and plum Fiesta wear.
Of course.
Turquoise and
the
plum.
best.
Lindsay, you have sunflower and tangerine. Elvis, you have ivory and shamrock.
Yeah.
And Annie, you have paprika and the newest Fiesta color, which is called
Flamingo.
Flamingo!
I feel like we're selling these or something. Well, if you look, the craftsmanship.
When we come back, we're going to talk more about Fiesta wear and see some magic and hear more from our guests. So don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So do we get to keep these, or?
We could switch to your colors.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to segment 3 of Kev Head tonight. We've got some magic to do. Whoa! Do you know that song?
I do, because you showed me it.
It's called Magic to Do, and do you know what musical it's from, Annie? It's from a musical called Pippin. Have any of you heard of Pippin?
Yeah, Corner of the
The
Sky.
Corner of the Sky is in that, but my favorite one from that show is called Magic to Do. And it looks to me like some magic has already been done here on our piano.
Yes.
You know, because suddenly there's been a switch in color.
I have the yellow one. Or is it?
How did that, sunflower?
Magic.
How did that
Sunflower,
happen?
sorry.
I mean,
Magic.
it was magic.
Wizardry.
Well, listen, since you're pretty well known as a magician,
Well-
a wizard, if you will. We're off to see the wizard,
That's
the
me.
wonderful wizard of RB.
Yes.
Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see TJ, the wonderful TJ of RB. So anyway, welcome, and we're honored to have you.
Yes, thank you.
Lindsay and Elvis and Annie and I are anxious to see some magic.
Well, that's good. That's good, though.
Okay.
Well, you guys are all musicians, and I'm a magician. A little bit different.
Ah, so
Yeah.
we're musicians. And
I'm
you're
a magician.
A magician.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused. I say I'm a magician. They say, "What instrument do you play?" So I say the magic, and they kind of lose them.
Do they think of the Magic Flute by Mozart?
Of course.
You know the Magic Flute.
Yes.
But anyway, go ahead.
So I'm a magician.
So
Is this
you're the
right?
magician. You never played an instrument.
No. Well, I did in 5th grade, but it ended with a bad experience, and I used to play the clarinet.
So you and Miss Mynaugh both had bad experiences with band.
It's okay. I love band though. Still, I like music.
Mine wasn't really a bad experience. It was more that I was kind of a impatient and stubborn child.
Well, that
I'm
was
sure
me
to
too.
my students is very surprising.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of time I just acted like I would play and just be like
What instrument was it?
clarinet.
Oh, clarinet. Sure. You know what they call the clarinet? The licorice stick. Do you know that? It's
I did not know
It's
that.
often called the licorice stick. Yep.
heard that.
Yep. I'll think of some other little.
So is this where I? Is this?
Go ahead.
Is it okay if I stand up? I'm gonna
Yes,
stand up.
please.
Tilt towards you. I'm gonna riffle the cards, and I want you to figure out when you think that I'm riffling right about in the middle, and I want you to say stop. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay.
Do you want me to say stop
want
or
you
one of
to-
the guests? How
I
about Elvis?
Elvis, you want to say stop? Right there. Awesome. Now I just want you to take a look at the card. I don't want to see it.
Can we see it?
Yes, you can. You can show it to the camera, the viewers at home. You like? They got it?
I think they
They
did.
got it? Good? All right, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to put it really in the middle there. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to find your card. I'm going to have some help. Mr. McOlgan, I want to ask, you have some art tastes. You like art?
What do you mean?
What do you think is the most famous painting in the world? What's the most famous painting?
Most famous painting?
In
It'd
all of
have
the
to
whole
be
world.
the Picasso downtown Chicago.
Really, the Picasso?
The Picasso sculpture.
A painting, though.
Huh?
A painting. What? Name a painting. Miss Mynaugh, name a painting. We've moved on.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
There.
Great, Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa
there's a
painted
song
by-
Nat King Cole.
But who painted it?
Okay. Oh, Mona Lisa was by Da Vinci.
Leonardo
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, of course.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Da Vinci.
So you guys all remembering the card? I want you guys, the viewers at home, to remember the card. As I said, I'm not going to find the card. I'm actually going to try to paint here. This is going to be my canvas. This will be my brush. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like you're an artist.
So check it out.
Like that movie that was the Best Picture last year, the silent film called The Artist. The
Back
Artist.
to the magic.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead.
No, watch. So remember the card.
Okay.
Just watch.
Oh!
But
O-M-G.
Wait for it.
Do you know what that stands for?
Oh my gosh.
What was the card? The card?
I don't
Should I
know.
tell you?
it now?
Yeah.
Okay, the 9 of something?
Nine of spades.
Oh!
Kinda like that.
Oh!
Magic.
What if she didn't
There's-
see Mona Lisa?
There's the Mona Lisa with the 9 of spades.
That is very sketchy.
TJ, how remarkable. TJ, how'd you do it? Tell us. TJ.
But if you like, see, what if you said something else like Picasso? I mean, you can do Picasso by moving the pieces, because it's Picasso. Oh God.
No, I get it. It's surreal.
Yes, of
Surreal.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. You can do that.
Cubism. Yes, Annie.
There you go.
These
So
RB
magic,
kids are
magic
smart.
humor.
They are smart. Oh my gosh. Well, as always, they're telling me it's time to wrap up segment 3, so please don't go away. We'll be back with lots more right here on Kev Head tonight. So how did you do it?
Magic.
Welcome to segment 4 of Kev Head tonight. I'm feeling a little emotional right now because I realized, panel, that this is my last season of Kev Head tonight here at RB. So I'm feeling very, that minor chord kind of
Yes, of course.
dissonant sounding. Annie, what does dissonant mean?
Dissonant is like notes that clash against each other. Harsh sounds.
Sometimes life can be dissonant. Other times, it can be very harmonious and very
Consonant.
consonant, right? So, Annie, what interval is that?
A major third.
Do, re, mi, it's a major third. I promise I won't ask you. But I wanted to tell you that I brought you all a treat tonight. And could we have a close-up to this by chance? These are Virginia salted peanuts. And this comes from my favorite deli in all the world called Zingerman's. Zingerman's Deli is in Ann Arbor, Michigan,
Did you go all the way to Michigan?
which
Just to
is a
pick those
town
up.
that I
No, they
love and
mailed
is
it
very
to his
important to me. So
office.
how many of you would like to try
I would love.
a Zingerman's?
And look at that, we have Fiesta wear. to
Yeah,
hold the
that's
nuts.
what-
This is great.
Exactly, TL.
And they changed color
I mean,
again.
TG. Now,
Not as-
and don't they smell good? The minute you open it, you smell that Virginia quality. that
Wait,
Carry
West
me-
Virginia or Virginia?
carry me back to old Virginia. You all know that song,
They do taste like Virginia.
don't they? Now, you say West Virginia, Elvis.
Wow.
Listen.
Very rubbery.
Well, Elvis, you don't have
Wow.
to eat them. They're
what,
it's a
Elvis?
delicacy. It's from one of the country's leading delicatessens, Zingerman's. It's like it's an Ann Arbor institution. Do you all know that Whole Foods? You all know Whole Foods. Whole Foods began in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You all know about Borders bookstores. Well, when I was a graduate student there was only one bookstore downtown Ann Arbor, and it was huge, and everybody loved to go there. And guess what it was called? Borders. It started in
now
Ann
they're
Arbor.
gone.
What?
And now they're gone.
And now,
No,
and
you
now,
can still go to
well,
the bookstore on your Kindle.
Oh,
but I always felt really bad because I loved it when it was an independent, huge bookstore downtown Ann Arbor. I'm trying to think of the Michigan fight song. Why can't I think of it? How does it go? All I can think of is, we raise our praises all to you. Anyway, I know the Michigan fight song, of course. Anyway, Annie, a friend asks you to babysit for her, but you have other plans for the day. What do you say?
Well, I would tell her I'd take the kids with me on my plans, whatever they should be.
One of your plans included, being with some of your teenage friends, if you know what I'm saying.
That's okay. I'm sure the kids would have a fun day.
Okay, so that's how you would handle it. Elvis, someone rings your doorbell wanting to convert you to their religion. You're not interested. What do you say?
I would go out my back door, go and surprise them from behind.
And scare them?
No, and be like, I've come today to talk to you to see if you want to convert to Confucianism. And then they would be like, and then I'd be like, how do you like it? So they wouldn't bother me anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes, sir.
Oh. You receive a notice informing you that your child has been placed in a classroom of a teacher whom you know to be notoriously incompetent.
Oh my goodness.
You call the building principal, and what do you say?
Is a teacher in music theory?
Easy.
Oh no.
Easy. That's what I teach. You probably didn't know that.
No, I know that.
Oh. Any idea, Lindsay? Would you complain about the teacher, or would you
I
discreetly?
wouldn't complain about the teacher. I would work with my kid, on ways to learn the most they can in that classroom.
From that classroom. See,
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that's what you'd say. And then finally, teaching. Let's say there's a magician in town. I made that up.
Yeah, I know.
You're in a taxi, and you suspect that the driver is taking you by a roundabout route. Now, that's how we used to say it up in Minnesota, you know.
Yeah.
A roundabout route.
I've been to Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. Anyway, I digress.
You do that accent for every state.
I know it. You know what they call in Wisconsin? Do you know what they call the drinking fountain?
Drinking
A
fountain.
bubbler.
The bubbler. They call it the bubbler, don't you know it?
So,
Anyway,
I mean,
Teachy, what? I'm sorry,
go ahead.
I digress. So what are you going to say to the driver of the taxi?
Say it again. I'm in a taxi.
You're in a taxi, and you
Okay.
suspect that the driver is going on a roundabout route.
So he can make more money.
Exactly. So what are you going to say to him?
I'd say, excuse me, but I feel like you're trying to overcharge me by taking a longer route to.
And it makes me
my-
feel
And
uncomfortable.
it makes me feel uncomfortable. Sir.
Yeah, very good. You know, I think we have a really smart panel here. We have Annie Mitchell. We have Elvis from Costello.
You don't know how to say my last name. do you?
What is your last name?
You're sensitive about it, aren't you?
Help me one more time.
Well, many people can't pronounce it, so I tell them to pronounce it like it was French. So you go like Begic.
Begic.
Yes.
Everybody, Elvis
Oh my God.
Begic. With the Elvis Begic.
Not
Right,
like that.
Elvis?
Begic.
Begic.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have Lindsay Mynaugh. My gosh, LT, we won't hold that against her. and we have our very own wizard. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the whiz, if ever there is a was, if ever there ever a whiz, there was the river of Oz. This one because of the wonderful things he does. Don't go away, we'll be right back because we're all just people. We're just people who need people. And then we are the luckiest people in the world. Welcome back to segment 5 of Kev Head Tonight. How do you like that groove? Does it put you in the... Is it groovy, baby? What named that movie?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, that's right. What is your favorite song, Annie?
My favorite song?
Do you have one?
I have a lot, but I had one that I wanted to sing today. Go into the chapel.
Oh, okay, here we go. Because we're... No. Here we go. Because we're going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Wow. How many of you know I've heard that song before? You know it? Go into the chapel. I love that tune. It's one of your favorites. We do it in music theory a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Annie, that was beautiful. You have a beautiful voice, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
No, you're supposed to say my name's Annie.
Oh.
You're right. Who's Sharon? Anyway, that was beautiful. And who, Annie, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here because we're running out of time and we could go all night with our visit. But tell me, Annie, who wrote that song? Was it Carole King?
No.
Was it Carly Simon?
No.
Was it James Taylor?
No, it was Ellie Greenwich.
Ellie Greenwich. And does anybody here know what else Ellie Greenwich wrote? She was a great songwriter. She wrote, Leader of the Pack. Have you heard Leader of the Pack? Anyway.
Heard that song, actually. Oh, great. Here we go.
So you're saying you don't know the songs of yesteryear?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
DL. Elvis, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song is Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli.
Time to Say Goodbye by Bocelli.
Andrea Bocelli.
Andre Bocelli.
Yes.
Time to say
No, that's not.
goodbye.
No, that's not.
It's gonna make me cry.
Oh, it's time, Annie might just start to cry.
That's not me.
How does it go? Hum a little bit for me.
I'm not gonna hum.
Oh, you're not going to. Okay, but you're at least sharing that your favorite song is Time to Say Goodbye. That's actually kind of a theme song for me, isn't it? Is that why you're saying it?
No.
Huh? Is that what you're getting at, Elvis?
Second there.
What are you getting at, Mr. McOlgan?
Nothing. I'm being silly. I'm so glad that you're with us. I've had fun meeting you, and I hope that you never were offended when I said,
Don't.
Those offensive things.
Like Annie. I have fun with Annie a lot, don't I? I say things. Lindsay, tell us your favorite song, would you please?
I don't know if I really have a favorite,
It's hard to say what is your favorite, truly.
because I like all music. I really do. Like when people say that, I usually am like, you're lying, but I really do like.
Is there
all
a
music.
certain composer that you really like?
Well, when I was in high school and college, we sang a lot of John Rutter, which
Oh,
I
you
really
did?
liked.
So you know John Rutter.
do.
Wow. Well,
So that
that's
was
so weird
enjoyable.
because you happen to be here on a lucky night. Because John Rutter is one of my favorites as well.
Something in that
And there's
pile.
something in this pile by
That has
John
to be
Rutter,
done.
and it's one of my favorite pieces of all time, his setting of For the Beauty of the Earth. And just a little bit of it. For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, over and around us lies. Lord, did you ever do that one?
Not that arrangement.
But you know,
Yes.
it's usually done. TJ, what is your favorite song?
My favorite song is "What a Wonderful World." I
Oh.
love that song. That's my favorite song.
I see trees of
It's a good song.
and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Everybody? I see clouds of
White,
blue
red roses
roses
too.
too.
I see them all.
For me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And it's truly a wonderful world, and what a wonderful song.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing.
No problem.
You know, they're telling me as always,
Not Sharon.
your name's not Sharon, what is it?
Annie.
Annie, Shirley. I knew that, Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Name that movie. Airplane. That was used in the movie Airplane. Has anybody seen Airplane, or am I just...
Is that with the funny guy?
It's with the funny
funny
guy,
guy.
Elvis.
Oh.
My 19 years at RB have been joyous. And as we say goodbye, we say goodbye. another evening of Kev Head. I'd like to thank TJ Ketchfields. That is your name, isn't it?
Ketchmark.
Ketchmark, but I was close. TJ Ketchmark, sophomore here at RB. I'd like to thank Lindsay Mynaugh, wonderful colleague,
A good teacher.
a good teacher, says right
Thank you,
from
I
a
got it.
teacher, not a student who's been in her class. Lindsay Mynaugh, math professional here at RB. And Elvis, a brand new guy on the block. Brand new kid on the block, if you will. Did you? Have you heard of the new kids on the block, Elvis? Love me tender, love me true. That's what Elvis sang. No, the new kids around.
Probably do like a remix and do some dancing to it.
Right. How about Annie, senior, off to what college?
Augustana College.
Augustana. Now, Augustana is, we're going to wrap it up, but we have to capture this. Annie's off to Augustana. I heard Lindsay say that you went to Bradley for a while, and you know where I'm from? I'm from smack dab in the middle. I'm from Galesburg, don't you know it? That's how we would say it there in Galesburg. North of Peoria, northwest of...
Where Knox College is.
How did you know that?
I went to a camp there once upon a time.
So you've been to Galesburg, my hometown. It's yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.